Week 2 of the National Football League. And we'll be watching the Browns' veteran linebacker. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Browns and the Titans, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? From a couple yards deep, and look at this. Right away, a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field and see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. He gets it a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in Week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 109 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in Week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. That one a first down pickup of 8. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
You never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Again, it's Dillon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He's going to keep this again. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. They'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. Joe Mixon, a first-quarter touchdown there. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. 2nd and 9 now. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not seeing it happen here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man downfield is Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now swing pass for Dillon. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. 2nd and 6. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll look to throw again. He'll dump this down to Dillon. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll run here with Dillon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road. So here are the Browns to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it. Exposed himself and fumbled it. Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD. Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. They'll set up a throw. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. And this one is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the fumble position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it. Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football. So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it. Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your line and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Looking to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on third down. He actually closed up all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Tennessee offense set to go again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Dillon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Running left is Dillon. And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 32-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have a Titans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They go screen with Dillon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and they will take over first and 10 as A.J. Dillon ready to lead this offense again on this next series. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second and 2. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So third and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin in the AFC North as we head up to M&T Bank Stadium. Baltimore hosting Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. Joe Mixon has a run for a touchdown. From there, we head through Delaware and up to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. The Giants already 1-0, trying to make it 2 straight as they lead on the road. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that one all even as they play the visiting Carolina Panthers. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. And meanwhile, for the Titans, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Titans. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Well, they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half of their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Dillon is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know, we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football and they're swinging pads at him and the brooms are out and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security. I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Brings up 3rd and 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Hands it off out of the gun. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On 2nd down, Dillon. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They run again with Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop.
Pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 21. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They go play action here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss down.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. They'll look to throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Dillon up the middle.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
A give for Dillon running right.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. On second down, they'll run it here. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give them a good 10 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Looking to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
And this offense on third down today, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On now is the Titans punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he fields it cleanly. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. So the crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd and 15. Looking middle, and that's complete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And this one is incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
First down now with that clock roller. He'll look to throw. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. He's back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
They'll try the left side with Dillon.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under 1 minute to go now in the football game. On now is the Titans punter. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So now the Browns down on the scoreboard. A little over 50 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Titans, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.
She right got me.